Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London, the city of movement, memory, and magic. This is London.
What's up, my people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you had a profitable week. And if you didn't have a profitable week, it only means that you have not been watching my videos, or this is the first time you are discovering my channel. Because in my YouTube channel, I make you one step closer to profitability, because every day I show up on this channel explaining every move we are expected to see in the next 24 hours on the chart, right? I analyze GBPUSD, XAUUSD, and BTCUSD on a daily basis. So if you want to be one step closer to profitability, make sure to click on that subscribe button right now and turn on the post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a new video. I drop a new video every 24 hours. Without wasting much of our time, let's get straight into the video. Today we are going to be analyzing what happened last week on the chart, and we are going to be doing top-down analysis to try to see what we are most likely to see on the chart next week. So basically, let's start from GBPUSD. So as usual, we start from our daily time frame. On GBPUSD, these are some of the trades you could have caught if you have been following my channel. These are some of the trades you could have caught. There was this trade here, there was this buy. This was a buy. I explained every reason we should be expecting market to buy from this zone. This was a buy. This was another buy. This was another buy in the market. This was another buy in the market. I explained everything, what we should be expecting to see on this chart. This was another buy. So basically, now let's analyze how we got these entries last week. So this first one, which is this first one, we saw a pullback, a takeout of the liquidity, and we saw a market structure shift. That is, it eventually turned out to a takeout of the liquidity, then a market structure shift again, and we had a pullback, which gives us our liquidity. So basically, this was our market structure shift. This was our liquidity, and that was our point of interest for the buy. And this one, if we check, there was a double break of structure. We had this break of structure, and there was another break of structure. If you zoom out to you, there was another break of structure at the left hand side. If you check your left hand side properly, and this is the point of interest, and we saw our liquidity. And we use that as our point of interest, and that was the take profit. This last one was gotten from the 1 hour chart. This particular one was gotten from the 1 hour chart. This particular one was gotten from the 1 hour chart. So we had an upward move, a pullback, a takeout of this liquidity, then a takeout of this liquidity again, then a market structure shift, right? And after the market structure shift, what did we see? We saw our pullback, which is our inducement, and we took our buy from there, and that was how we got that last buy in the market. So basically, those are the moves that we were able to catch. I was able to catch on GBPUSD last week. If you had been following my channel, you could have also caught the trades. So let's see, what are we expected to see in the market next week? As usual, you know what we do. We have to start from our daily time frame to see what is happening in our daily time frame, so we can make informed decisions in the market. First things first, we know the market is currently bullish, as it has broken out of this trend line. We know it is currently bullish. but that doesn't mean there won't be retracement or there won't be sales. Definitely there will be retracement and sales. So let's mark our structure. We have an upward move, we had a pullback, we had an upward move again, we had our higher high, we had our lower low, higher high, lower low. Sorry, let me mark that again. This move is yet to be complete though. So what we have here, basically the move is yet to be complete. We have another we had another imbalance here that the market filled this imbalance at first. And see, the market filled this imbalance, and after the market filled the imbalance, this was what we had. Move to the downside, an upward move, a move to the downside, an upward move, and now we are seeing the market trying to make, the market swept the liquidity of this top side. It swept the liquidity, it didn't close above, and then we are seeing the markets. You can see now, you can see the candle close. The candle closed bearish in the market, so we might be expecting a bearish move on Monday. You can see it has even closed below this candle, so we should be expecting a bearish move on Monday, probably to just fill this imbalance and continue its upward move. So but before we make a decision, let's go to our 1 hour time frame to see what we are, to see what is happening in our 1 hour time frame. Now this was the last strong low. This low was the last strong low. You can see the market didn't get there before market broke to the other side again. So after market broke to the other side, it didn't break with the body to the other side. What the market did was the market wicked above. You can see what it did. The market failed to close above it, so the market wicked above. So first thing we need to see on Monday is to take out this low. This low will be taken out on Monday. Yeah, this low will be taken out on Monday. So after this low gets taken out on Monday, so whatever happens on Monday gives us a decision if there is going to continue, the buying pressure is going to continue, or we are going to see selling pressures in the market. So for now, our decision is that this low will get taken out on Monday. So I will make a new video on Monday when I see what is happening on GBPUSD after the takeout of this particular low, because this particular low is definitely going to be taken out. So after we see the takeout of this particular low, so whatever happens on Monday decides what we are going to do on GBPUSD. But for now, GBPUSD is just as a point where we are here to make any decision, where we are here to be able to make any decision. Right now, we just need to stay calm on GBPUSD, and on Monday we are going to be able to make informed decisions in the market. If you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel at this time of the day, you should click on that subscribe button right now. Turn on that post notification bell so you can be notified when I drop a new video. So the next pair we are going to analyze is BTCUSD. Make sure you visit this page again on Monday to see the new update on this GBPUSD, because I will be updating you guys as it goes. So the next one is going to be on BTCUSD. So let's see what has been happening on BTCUSD. So these are some of the setups you could have seen on BTCUSD if you had been following my trades, my analysis in the market. These are some of the setups you could have caught. So some of these setups. We have this buy over here. We have this buy over here that you could have caught on BTCUSD. Right, this was a buy. And this buy also that you could have caught. Could have caught this buy. And you could have also caught this buy at this zone. So these are the trades you could have caught on BTCUSD last week if you have been following my YouTube channel. So regardless, if this is the first time you are discovering this channel, make sure to click on that subscribe button right now. Watch my previous videos and you will see how I've been explaining on these trades. So basically, let's see what is probably going to happen now on BTCUSD. Let's see what is likely to happen now on BTCUSD. So what we have been seeing on BTCUSD is break of structure, upward move, upward move, upward move, upward move. We have seen this break of structure. We saw this break of structure, and we saw this break of structure too. Right? So basically, we assume the upward move. We don't even need to assume. We can see right now that the upward move still prevails. So let's see what is let's see from our daily time frame what BTCUSD has been doing to see the bigger picture. You can see what BTC has been doing. BTC has been making series of highs. We have an higher high, we have an higher low, we have an higher high, an higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now an higher high again. So you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that BTC right now is in a bullish move. And you will notice something on BTC. BTC has been covering all its tracks. It's just like someone that is going on a wall and you don't want people to see you, that okay, you don't want someone to trace you, and you are just covering your tracks as you move. And what are the tracks I'm talking about? I'm talking about the imbalances. You will notice that every imbalances in the market, BTC has been feeling it. It created an imbalance here, it filled it before moving. Created an imbalance here, it filled it before moving. You can see what BTC has been doing. Created an imbalance here again, filled it before moving. You can see what BTC has been doing. You know, market is very simple. Market is just like a repetition of what has happened in the past. If you are able to define history, then you'll be able to predict the future. That is what the market does. If you're able to check what has happened in the past in the market, then you'll be able to analyze what is most likely to happen in the future. So you don't turn a blind eye on the past when it comes to trading. You make use of the past to make informed decisions in the market. If you can see that 3 consecutive times now in our daily time frame, BTC has been feeling the imbalances before making a new move, then what tells you what is the percentage that in the fourth move now BTC is also going to feel the imbalances before moving to the upside? Now you have an higher percentage. It is not certain, but right now you have seen it happen 3 times. Then it is most likely to happen the 4th time again. If you didn't catch it the first time, second time, third time, then you should be able to catch it the 4th time. Now this is the 4th one again. Now we can see this imbalance again in this market, right? We can see this imbalance, right? So that tells you that BTC is still in a bullish move, and before it makes another high now, it is supposed to what? Feel that imbalance before moving again. So this is basically what we have now on BTC. We have this low. This was our last low. You can see this is our last low in the market, right? And now let's go to our 1 hour time frame to see what is most likely to happen in the market. So let's take out this. Now we have to mark the low of the imbalance. This was the candle low of the imbalance. This was the candle low of the imbalance. So we know basically that this low is not meant to be taken out in the market, right? Why is it that way? Because when we have a candle, this is a secret I'm giving you. You have a candle, you have another candle, you have another candle. Now these are your wicks. This is your wick, This is the wick of this one, and this is the wick of this one, right? This is where our imbalance is. I don't know if you can see it properly. This is our imbalance, right? For you to be able to make informed decisions in this market, what you do is mark the wick. This is the particular candle that caused the imbalance, right? If that imbalance is going to hold, then price should respect this candle. If price is coming down to fill this imbalance, right, it shouldn't surpass the wick or whatever of this candle. It should respect this candle because this is the candle that owns the imbalance. So if you are going to respect me, then you should not disrespect things around me. That is exactly how the market moves. Now the market is supposed to fill this imbalance. Respecting this candle is by not surpassing this candle before moving, right? So basically the low of this imbalance of this candle is a protected low. That means whatever is going to happen when the market is doing a retracement, it should not pass this low. I don't know if you are getting me. Good. So basically I saw the imbalance in my daily time frame. Let me clean this up. So I went to my daily time frame. You use what I just explained now to make this decision. This is the imbalance, right? This is the imbalance, and this is the candle that caused the imbalance. This candle is the candle of the imbalance. The wick, the low of that candle is protected against any decisions that the market wants to make. So we can now take out this point and focus on this range. So let's go to our 1 hour time frame to see what the decision we have to make in this market. As usual, we had a break of structure, right? Now we have the break of this structure also, right? Good. So basically now let's try to make, we know this is our range now. Let's try to decide where the market is most likely to buy from again, because now our bias is still buy, our bias is bullish. So let's try to make informed decisions on where the market is most likely to continue its buys from. So now we have this, let's draw the structure of this market. We have this low, we have this lower high, we have this lower low, we have the market structure shift, a higher low, and higher high. Sorry, this was where we stopped. An higher low, an higher high, a market structure shift, an higher low, a lower high, sorry, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. Then we have this market structure shift, right? Then we have this lower low, we have this higher low, and we have this move that did a double break of structure, right? And there was a particular video I made last. I made a particular video explaining how this kind of liquidity works. Now, when you see a market weak above the major structure, this was the major structure, right? This is the major structure that determines the break of structure, right? So if we see market weak above, then pull back before making another aggressive move, I told you guys that this particular point here is a liquidity for the market to come and take. I will give you examples from the previous happenings. Look at this. This was the major structure, right? Look at what we saw. We saw a wick above the major high, then a pullback, then the market moved. What did you see the market doing later? The market came back to take out this liquidity before moving to the upside. You can see what I'm trying to explain here. Exactly what this has also given us right now. We saw a wick above the major structure, right? After a week above the major structure, we saw this pullback, right? We can simply say that pullback is our what? Our liquidity for the market to come back to take later. right? So basically we look below to get our what? Our point of interest, right? So where is our point of interest? This is our point of interest, our order block. You can see now the order block is aligning exactly with that what? With the low of that candle that caused the fair value gap in the market. Can you see that now? So we can take our buys from here. Our stop loss just below that zone, and our take profits. You can target 1:3, 1:4, 1:5, 1:6 till you should keep buying till the market takes out this high, because this is the next zone that will cause, if the market comes back immediately from this point here, if the market comes back, then we should be expecting the market to use this place as the next liquidity. So this is what we have in the market on BTCUSD. So once the market gets to, this is just a bias. If you're an aggressive trader, you can take your buy directly from this zone, and if you're a conservative trader, you can wait for the market to get to this level. Then you know when the market is coming, it comes in a downtrend, then you will see something like this: pullback, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. Then you see a mitigation of that point. Then you can wait for a market structure shift. Then your entry model, you can now start buying till it takes out this high. Am I making sense? So this is basically what we have next on BTCUSD. If you are an aggressive trader, you can take your buy directly from this zone. If you are a conservative trader, you can just wait for a market structure shift before you start buying. So this is my bias on BTCUSD for next week. That's that for that on BTCUSD. If you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, make sure to click on that subscribe button right now. Take me to 1K subscribers. Take me to 1K subscribers. Thank you. Let's go to the next pair, which is XAUUSD. Let's analyze what we are to see on XAUUSD. If I gave this particular trade last week on XAUUSD from this zone, I gave this buy on XAUUSD, although the market value weak below the order block. But if you had your stop loss a little bit somewhere like this point here, if your stop loss wasn't too tight, then you should still make your profit. I gave this particular trade last week on XAUUSD. So this was the only trade I was able to get on XAUUSD. This was the only trade I was able to get. And so let's see what we are most likely to find on XAUUSD. Let's go to our daily time frame to see what is happening over there. According to what we have here on XAUUSD, we are actually bearish on XAUUSD. You can see what we have. Our long term is bearish, a lower low, a lower high, and then a lower low, right? Our long term is bearish. Our long term is bearish, and we can see that this was the break of structure. So we know that what XAUUSD is doing right now is just a retracement to fill these imbalances in the market. You can see just a retracement to fill these imbalances in the market. So let's see what the market is doing. Let's see what the market is doing. So we still have some imbalances here. We still have this imbalance in the market. We have this imbalance in the market. We also have this imbalance in the market. And we also have this imbalance in the market. So there are still few imbalance. If the market is going to eventually rebalance all the imbalances, you know, the market will definitely still go bullish. So for now, we are seeing XAUUSD making some rebalance in the market to, you know, rebalance the imbalances. So let's mark the internal structure on XAUUSD. We have a higher low, an higher high, an higher low, an higher high, an higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we have an higher high, higher low again, and higher high. So this is basically what we have on XAUUSD. The market feel this, we have this low right here. We have this low right here. So let's see what the market has for us on the 1 hour time frame. So for now, we know gold is still bullish in the short term. Gold is still bullish in the short term. We have seen the wick above this particular high, the wick above this particular high in our 1 hour and our daily time frame. So let's go to, and for now we also have this other block right here. We have this other block right here. So since the market has wicked above this particular high, so there is a possibility that the market will come to this other block. Then we can see whatever is going to happen here, if the market will not continue bullish. But if this other block fails to hold, there is definitely no point of interest to continue to buy the market again. So basically we are going to see a bearish move. So you can see those are the things you need to watch out for on XAUUSD next week. Based on our daily time frame, we have seen a wick above this particular high, right? So we might see a downtrend, we might see a pull down to this other block. Once we see the mitigation of this other block, then we should be looking to see what will happen in this particular other block on XAUUSD. If this other block is going to hold, then the markets will continue to go bullish. But once this other block fails, just know the market is now in a downtrend again and is eventually going to take out this low here, because there is no point of interest or imbalance in the market to hold the price to go bullish again. So this is the only point that the market can buy from. If XAUUSD is going to still buy for the week, this is the only point that we have. And let's draw a Fibonacci to see if the market has even retraced to a 50% level. You can see the market has mitigated the 50% level of the market has mitigated the 50% level of Fibonacci. So if market decides that it's not going to respect this other block, definitely this low is at stake. Then sell will definitely prevail on XAUUSD. But if that zone prevails, then we'll be seeing more of rebalance into this point, this other block. And if other block doesn't hold, we see this point, and this point again. So there are still a couple of imbalances in the market. So we should look out for what is going to happen in that particular point. So let's see our 1 hour time frame to see what's happening. So you can see this is also the last low. You can see that we saw, remember what I told you the last time. I told you something that if you can, this was the other block we marked in our daily time frame. I told you something earlier that we used to get our BTC entry, that once market wicks above a major high, right? If it wicks above a major high and it pulls back, then it now breaks above it. That particular wick below is a what? Is an inducement. The market is definitely going to come and take it out. So this was our last high in the market. This was our last high. You can see what the market did again. Wicked above. So after wicking above, what is this? It did this pullback. From here, it wicked above, then it came down to this zone before breaking above. So we can simply mark this place as our what? As our liquidity in the market. We can mark it as our inducement. So basically, this is still our strong low. Exactly how it is aligning with the daily one that I just explained. I explained what we are expected to see now in our daily time frame. That tells us now that if this is our inducement, then what the market is trying to do right now, the market will come out to take this low, then tap into this other block. Then what will it do? It will start buying. I don't know if you understand me now. So you can see how it has aligned with the daily time frame on that I explained, that unless this zone doesn't work, if this zone decides to fail, then you will realize that it will now do a market structure shift even in our 1 hour strong zones. But if this low, which is also a 1 hour strong low, if it holds, then XAUUSD is definitely still going to go bullish for the week. So since this is our inducement, we need to check out for the point of interest that is available. So now what we do, this is a point of interest in the market. This is a point of interest. This is another point of interest in the market. So what we advise you to do is, this point here has a lot of commas. So what we'll do is we'll wait for this market to take out this inducement. Once it takes out this inducement, then we'll wait for a market structure shift. Once it takes out the inducement, we don't know how low the market is going to go. So once it takes out the inducement, which is this, just wait for a market structure shift and buy till this high gets taken out on XAUUSD. So basically that is what I have on XAUUSD for the week. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something from this video, you should consider subscribing to this YouTube channel right now. Click on that like button, drop a comment. If you want me to analyze any pair of your choice, if you USD CHF, I don't trade it, but these are the ones I personally trade. If you want me to analyze the one, you have someone requested for XAUUSD in my last video, and now I've done XAUUSD. So if you want me to analyze any of your pair, you should drop it in the comment section, and trust me, in the next 24 hours I'm going to make a video analyzing your own pair. Right? Thank you very much, and have a profitable week ahead. Remember to rest for the weekend, because next week is going to be another profitable week to pack money in the market. Thank you.